We will be talking about data today. Okay, so I have with me some raw data that I collected. The question that I asked was, what is your height? Before we go into it, it's important to give some context to your data. So I asked middle schoolers ages 6th grade to 8th grade. I have a good mix. It's important to say stuff like that because there'd be a big difference if you only asked, say, the people who are on the basketball team than if you only asked people in the 6th grade math class, because obviously it'd be more likely that the members of the basketball team would be taller than the 6th graders. So I asked a good mix. I asked them in the cafeteria, in the hallways, in a couple different classes. So anyway, this is my raw data. I just kind of listed it out. But as you can see, it's kind of messy. You can't really get much out of it just kind of looking at it. So the first thing I did was order it from least to greatest up and down. So there we can do some more with it. So first thing I did was calculated the mean. Feet and inches are kind of difficult to work with, so I just converted it straight to inches. So right there, 4'6", convert to 54 inches, and so on. So to calculate the mean, we just add all of it up and then divide by the number of people surveyed. So I got 22 people surveyed. I actually asked a couple more people, but if they didn't really know their height or they gave me a silly answer, I just didn't record it. So probably asked closer to 30, 40 people, but 22 I got solid answers from. So when we calculated the mean, I got, I don't know if you can see that, but 63.23 inches. So that was all these values added up and then divided by 22, which is the number of people that I surveyed. To find the median, we pretty much just go right in the middle. The median's trying to find at what point is half of the group surveyed, the sample size below and above. So 22. So we know that 11 is going to be there'll be 11 on this side, 11 from this side, and I put a little green line of where that halfway point is. So between we have 11 that are 5'3" or shorter, and we have 11 that are 5'4" or taller. So that means that our median is 5 feet 3.5 inches. 5 feet 3.5 inches. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is mode. Mode is the most common piece of data. And if you look, we got 3 people that said they were 5'2", and also 3 people that said they were 5'4". So we have 2 modes in this case, 5'2" and 5'4". We have a nice organized list, but I'm more of a visual person. So I recorded it in a histogram. Histogram is often confused with a bar chart. The main difference between the two is a histogram is it uses like numbers, and bar graphs use like categories. So if I asked what your favorite color was down here where it says height, it'd be blue, green, orange, purple, whatever. And not like numbers, if that makes sense. So anyway, what I did was I grouped the heights together in groups of 4 inches, so that there are not any holes in the data. So I don't have a huge sample size here, so there might be a few holes where they really shouldn't be. Like if I asked, say 1,000 people, like the holes wouldn't be there. So this will kind of fill in the holes. So let's see if I can get them both in here. So between 4'6" and 4'9". So 4'6", 4'7", 4'8", and 4'9". We go back. I put lines here to indicate where they go. So 4'6" to 4'9". There's 3 people. 1, 2, 3. And I recorded that here. And each for every 2 squares equals one person. So we got 3 people there. And then the next group we have 4'10" to 5'1", and this is our group here. There's 5 foot, 5 foot, 5'1", 5'1". So there's four people there. And then we have a huge spike right here between 5'2" and 5'5". So that tells us that there's a lot of people there, and if we notice, this is where our mean and our median fall, and our mode too, which makes sense, right? And the way the data turned out, it pretty much turned out almost perfectly symmetrical, because there are four people in the 5'6" to 5'9" categories as well, and then 2 people in the 5'10" to 6'1" category. If there was 3, it'd be perfectly symmetrical and all would be right in the world, but oh well. So that's how you do it. I hope you learned something, and peace out.